morning. It is Monday morning. Fall Fest is done. Visitors are done. We are back to normal at last. It has been months of one thing after another, but I'm so excited we are back to our regular homeschooling routine. Really, really happy about it. So this morning we are starting a brand new book. We are finally in book 4. It has taken us a really, really, really long time, but we are here. We are here. You can see the remains of Fall Fest fun all over their faces. Show us your tattoos. Look at this. Glow-in-the-dark tattoos left over there.
3.
Oh my. What's left that's not scratched off?
We're getting into them.
Kids made some tea. Oh yeah, I see it on your face. You have some too to share?
She has.
Nice.
No, you just. I only have like 1, 2, 3. I only have like 21. I only have like 4. I only have like
Kids have made themselves. Can you put my candle back, please? Jeremiah, can you put my candle back? Kids have made some tea. And we have bread. Okay, this still seems like, well, you know what? We could probably just take one out. They're not golden, but you guys don't care. I made a bunch of little loaves there of a sourdough sandwich bread, and yeah, they're hungry. We're still getting used to the time change, so, you know, everything's a little off, but food will help the mouths be quiet while the ears listen to today's history lesson. Okay, so I went ahead. Story of the World Book 4 doesn't come with the coloring sheets, but I bought them. You have to just buy the download separately. So we have today's coloring sheet, and I always print these at 65% or 60%, something like that. I print them small so that we can fit them into our little notebooks, and it's not quite so overwhelming to color as a full coloring sheet. Some of our favorite things to color with, we have these pens. Samuel, will you pull down some more drawers? We keep our Arteza products in these drawers here so they're easy to access. Okay, so these I've talked about for years, but these are the real brush pens. So it's like a marker and a pen, or a marker and a brush together, sort of. So they have ink inside, but then they have a brush tip.
And then you can.
So that's pretty fun. Silas, could you cut that back up for me? We have, these are the twin markers, so they have 2 different, this is part of their kids line, and colored pencils. Some people just like, oh my goodness, how cute is he? Bella's got him outside while she's doing chores. I can't get him to focus. There he is. Oh.
Tiny's just following him around.
That's so sweet. She was listening to Homesteading Family Podcast. That's her latest one. Okay, and then of course the colored pencils. Some people like me are traditionalists, and we just love their colored pencils. They're so smooth. Okay, so
Those are probably our favorite, though.
yeah, these are definitely high on the favorites list.
Yeah,
it's the Everblend markers. So we just get everything out. Mom reads, kids color, and eat bread, which I need to slice some more. Elsie made some pomegranate jam.
No, persimmon.
I mean persimmon, not pomegranate. Persimmon from our wild persimmon trees.
It's very persimmon, but I like it.
Very persimmon-y. Yeah.
It is? Yeah, it is. I picked it. I like it.
You picked it? All right.
Yeah.
So get started. After the close of the Great Exhibition, Britain found itself fighting a war in India. A war in which the 82-year-old Emperor of India would be forced to hide in a tomb while fighting raged outside. Long before Bahadur Shah was born, English merchants who wanted to buy rare silks, cotton, and tea from India asked the Emperor of India for permission to build little settlements called trading posts. Okay, we got done with the lesson. Always at the end, the younger kids get like very done. They get overdone. And Leo, because Leo does his own history from Compass Classroom, the nice thing is that he can take them all outside or somewhere else because he's not participating in this. He's doing the modernity course from Compass Classroom. It's a Dave Raymond course, and he just watches the videos. Each day he watches a video that goes through modern history. So that's wonderful because they get crazy at the end. It's just like, I guess they just reached their limit. So he took them outside. Kids are writing a sentence or two about what we just talked about in their notebooks, and then we will clear off the table and they will finish whatever they didn't get done on their morning checklist. And then they'll take a little break before we start independent subjects of language arts, etc. That's how it's going this morning. Elsie's writing a journal entry for her Good and Beautiful Language Arts.com.
.com. You say goodandbeautiful.com.
Okay, right and 14 there. Leo was just exercising outside, right?
Mom, I
Oh,
did.
you're going back out. Just dropping a coat. Is it
Mom,
warm?
I just did.
I know. You wrote a 14 last one. Now you get to write it again.
My coat and my shoes.
Coats and shoes? Wow, it must be really warm out there.
No, we're just running.
Running is
And I
good.
probably changed my pants too.
Oh, okay.
Mom, it's just weeks.
James opted to stay inside with me instead of running around outside.
But I want to run around.
Okay, well, I think you should. Do you want to finish this page first, or do you want to run first?
Running and come.
Okay, sounds good.
Playing the gun game.
They're playing. They take all their fake guns and play a game with them. Lydia likes to sit right here. Oh wait, are you leaving too? You going outside too? No, you can't do his math.
He's sad.
She's coloring some pictures. And she came in with a rainbow rock, she said. Is that what it was called?
Yep. That way.
There it is, rainbow rock.
I showed.
Okay, so let's talk about how do we manage on days when you feel like your kids are just not wanting to sit down and do schoolwork, and you don't really want them to either because you're just as frustrated as they are. Because, you know, if you're a homeschool mom, you have those days. So on those days, I rotate kids. So I will send some kids out to play or to play Legos while I work with other kids. And I have found that separating them and sending some to play and working with some and then swapping back and forth like that is the best way to accomplish things without pulling your hair out and them wanting to pull their hair out. Because on those days when everybody's kind of wound up, if you try to work all together as a group for too long, it's just going to be no fun. So that's what we do. Na. Also, we utilize nap time. So right now Benjamin is napping because he is in a stage of life right now where he just dumps things constantly. Just goes around dumping, knocking things off of the table. He can climb and get up to just about any surface. So he's really adds another layer of fun to the equation. And so I let the kids kind of just, you know, we did our group subject together, but we didn't sit down and do our independent subjects or things where they needed one-on-one time with me until he was sleeping, because that's one less player in this crazy game. Also, food after lunch helped a lot. At one point, my little ones, I could tell they just needed some mom time, and so we went out and sat on the swing, and we told the story of the 3 little pigs, right?
Yep, and the wolf. The 3 little pigs.
And the wolf. And they just really enjoyed that one-on-one time with mom. So that was well worth the 10 minutes of separating, going out, and sitting and having time with them. Blah, 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 blah.
These are my cards.
Oh, who are you making cards for?
Once upon a while. Once upon a while.
Maybe we could mail one to Grandma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once Papa will be here with his feet.
Okay, that sounds great.
Eyes. Eyes and pop.
All right, so Leo is considering starting visual Latin. So he's doing a few sample lessons to see if this is something he wants to do. So this has been the first year that Leo has started taking classes through Compass Classrooms. I have a link for it actually, if you want to check it out. They have video classes. So he has been working on history, like I told you, and Leo has been interested in Latin for years. He's done Duolingo Latin, which is kind of, you know, it's not an official Latin course, but he's learned a lot. And just in his own interest, he's pursued Latin. But I told him, check out the free lessons, which I will link. I think there's 4 free lessons, so you can see, is this something that I'm interested in? And we'll see what happens. I don't know. Okay, kids are back in from their long game. Samuel is working on his story that he's writing. So my kids, some of them have stories, and they use Google Docs to continue typing on those stories. And because Google Docs, you sign in so they can access it from any computer. So he's working on that. Oh, okay, enough. That's enough. Thank you. Yes, you may feel it. Yes, you may.
She's on me right now.
Okay, Elsie is continuing to work on language arts, which she's been doing for hours today. She's just in a language arts mood. Leo's working on that. Bella is working on her farm anatomy course, and Lydia just wants me to peel oranges. This is her second one.
Benjamin.
And then it's for
And Benjamin just woke up from his nap.
You just
Did you have a good nap? Yeah. And you went straight to Leo.
Oh.
And that's probably not going to work. Here. Do you want a radish?
She's changing my color scheme.
Do you want a radish? See what you think of that.
No, I don't think it's going to like that.
Jeremiah is making himself and some eggs.
Omelet.
What are you making?
Omelet.
An omelet. Okay.
Eggs. Omelet.
I need to finish the lunch dishes because they are still in the sink.
I can just do one foot.
All these tattooed kids. Once you go back to normal, I'm not going to
I only
recognize you
have
guys.
3 tattoos.
Oh, and put that on your belly.
And you have Bugs Bunny on this cheek, and what's on the other cheek? A fish. Yeah.
You should look on Samuel's belly.
On Jeremiah's belly.
I think
They
Samuel
went
has
crazy with
50.
tattoos.
No, he has 21.
Well, we didn't use them all with Fall Fest, and so the next day they went wild.
I don't know how
So how do you make omelets?
I don't know how many. First, you crack eggs into a bowl, then you mix it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you wait until the pan's hot.
Okay.
Oh, the
Do you
stove
put
isn't
anything
even
into
on.
the pan?
And then you pour the eggs into the pan and wait until it
Do you have to
cooks.
use something first in the pan?
Yes.
A little bit of something. Oil, butter, something.
Yeah.
And then why is it an omelet instead of a scramble?
Because you did different stuff.
How many is on my tongue?
Because it's flat.
It's flat. You flip it instead of scrambling it. Well, he's quite the cook. What, Sissy?
Where does this fork go? It goes up here.
That's a good question. You're slowly picking your tattoos off.
No, I'm just picking these little stuff off.
Oh.
We're almost done.
Jeremiah, how did the omelet turn out? Let me see. I was outside, so I didn't get to see how it went.
You had cheese.
Beautiful. You added cheese to it.
Smushy.
Wow, looks good. And Bella finished her paper. So I've talked about this before, but we have this farm notebook from this daily skill building website. So she just takes notes and does drawings from the book.
Like the seed.
Yes, so awesome.
All
All right. Carrying on. We just took a walk to the pigs.
Hey, babies.
Did we see a kitty cat outside?
right.
We saw kitty cat meow. No, Rose did not have her babies yet.
I bet by the time you record your next video, she'll have them.
Any day now, we're waiting for our pig to give birth.
Oh!
The other exciting news. Yesterday we took a pregnancy test down to our cow that we have down at our neighbor's field, and she is pregnant. It confirmed pregnancy. So we use these pregnancy blood tests that I got from Amazon. A lot of people have asked me about them. Whenever I mention them, they're like, what? You can do that? We were skeptical too because it's cheap, but they work. We've had negative and positive, and all the directions are there for you to do it yourself. I can link it if you're interested, but I think it was only like $15 or something for the test, and it comes with everything you need. The syringes.
We expected her to
All of
be
it.
pregnant, though. We thought she was pregnant.
We did think she was pregnant,
If
but
she
I wanted a
wasn't
confirmation.
pregnant, it would be like
We're making another.
emergency or something.
Yeah, so we're very grateful because we're ready to have milk again. Okay, James wants to make eggs, and he's starting without me.
We're making omelet for me and we're making a half for me and Lydia. Yeah, a half
Eggs
omelet.
is like the first thing my kids learn how to make.
He's the biggest line. Little tiny kid. Flip it. You flip it, Mom.
Yeah, you need to flip it. That's right.
Oh yeah, you just put it.
Yeah, wait till it kind of gets hard.